Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. Well, we have a runoff winner and a conviction. I'm Betsy McDaniel, and here are today's headlines. After less than 30% of eligible voters made their way to the polls on Tuesday, those voters that did show up have elected Alan Perry as the new mayor of Hilton Head. Perry won over Joanne Orishak by a 56 to 44% margin, turning a 400-vote deficit on general election day into a 1,000-vote win in the runoff. Perry was considered the more establishment candidate endorsed by outgoing Mayor John McCann. Orishak was endorsed by those critical of the way the town council operated under McCann. The first domino has fallen in the Alex Murdaugh mega case. Banker Russell Laffitte was convicted of all 6 federal fraud counts by a jury late Tuesday night. The childhood friend of Murdaugh admitted he'd moved money around for his friend, but had been duped by Murdaugh to the legality of those moves. The 51-year-old Laffitte faces a maximum of 30 years in prison and a $1 million fine for each of the 6 counts. He is free for the holidays on bail pending a sentencing hearing, which has not yet been set. An appeal of the verdict is expected. Meanwhile, State Judge Daniel Hall, citing scheduling conflicts, has indefinitely postponed the civil lawsuit filed by the family of Mallory Beach, whose death in a boating accident back in 2019 started the whole Murdaugh saga. The wrongful death suit is against Alex Murdaugh and Greg Parker of the Parker's Convenience Stores. It alleges that underage Paul Murdaugh was able to purchase beer using a fake ID at a Parker's the night of the accident. The civil case was to have begun January 9th. Murdaugh's murder trial is set to begin January 23rd. By next Thanksgiving, we may be raising a glass at a new brewery in Bluffton. The owners of Riverdog Brewing have changed their plans slightly by scrapping plans for a separate gazebo at the brewery that would have featured live music. That idea didn't sit well with neighbors, so instead they will move forward with only the 20,000 square foot brewery that will feature a restaurant, retail space, and a beer garden that is being described as having a natural park-like setting. The brewery will sit on the corner of May River and Buck Island Road. No completion date for the project has been announced. The Gullah Farmers Cooperative held a special ceremony to unveil a mural created by students from several schools across the district. The theme for the project was Lowcountry Gullah Farming. Students painted their artwork on a 4x8 sheets of plywood that have been installed to wrap around the cooperative's building located at 41 Ballpark Road on St. Helena Island. In all, 115 students from 8 schools took part in the mural project. And though it's not a local story, we'll end today with a little lighthearted Thanksgiving fun. 7-year-old internet sensation and corn enthusiast Tarek the Corn Kid joined the Jolly Green Giant earlier this week to donate 90,000 cans of vegetables, 50,000 of which were, of course, corn, to community members in need. The donation will help over 270,000 of Corn Kid's fellow New Yorkers enjoy a serving of vegetables this Thanksgiving. The average can of Green Giant corn has 920 kernels, so that was a donation of 46 million kernels. Tarek will also appear as a special guest on Green Giant's float at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. If you don't know who the Corn Kid is, check out the CEO of Corn video on YouTube. It is sure to bring a smile to your face. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And now here's Justin Jarrett with what happened last night in the Loco.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Loco on WHHI, powered by LocoSports.com. On Tuesday, we told you about the Hilton Head Christian Academy girls basketball team starting its drive for a 5th straight state title with an impressive win over Georgia Class 5A Power Statesboro, and the Eagles kept it rolling with a 62-42 rout of interstate rival Calvary Day. But they aren't the only Loco girls hoop squad off to a hot start. Hilton Head High's girls are also 2-0 with 2 wins over Georgia foes after grinding out a pair of tough wins over Claxton and host Screven County to win a preseason tournament in Georgia. The Seahawks eked out a 39-36 win over Claxton on Monday and locked down on defense in the second half to edge the host Gamecocks 38-33 on Tuesday. Great start for a veteran team looking to make a move in Region 7 4A. Now let's cast our gaze further afar and check in on former John Paul II and May River standout Malik Frost, who is still starring at Hampton Sydney College in Virginia and was one of 4 HSC players named First Team All-Conference. Frost started all 10 games for the Tigers this season and rushed for 943 yards on 201 carries with 12 touchdowns. And he also caught 26 passes for 236 yards in a TD. Malik bet on himself and he's winning big. You love to see it. For Loco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Loco.
Thanks, Justin. And now here's Maria with the weather.
Thanks, Betsy. Yep, so taking a look ahead, Thursday on Thanksgiving, it does look like we're going to see a little bit of rain, maybe a passing shower or two, but in the afternoon and possibly into the evening. Temperature-wise, Hilton is going to have a high of 68, a low of 57. Bluffton's going to have a high of 68, a low of 54. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 68 and a low of 54. The sunrise for Thursday is going to be at 7 a.m. and sunset's going to be at 5:19 p.m. Taking a look at the beach tides, high tide's going to be at 9:09 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 4:28 p.m. Taking a look to the rest of the week and into the weekend, Friday we are going to see showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, but it should be clearing up by the evening. Highs are going to be in the 60s, lows in the 50s. Come Saturday, it's going to be mostly cloudy, then we may see a shower or two in the afternoon and possibly into the evening with highs in the 60s and lows in the 50s. And then come Sunday, we are going to see scattered showers and thunder showers throughout the day again, and it should be clearing up by the afternoon. Temperature-wise, highs are going to be in the 70s, lows in the 50s. That's it for today. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving. Let's head it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. And we'll be back in just a moment with the latest out of the Hilton Head Island Community Market. Stay with us.